Hey guys, I just want to make this video today and just let y'all know what's been going on in my life and about um, just really my testimony to how I am where I am today. Um, really, I'm just so grateful to God for this change that happened in my life September 1st. I had always heard about people saying, that God changed their life and they remember the date. And I always said, I'd go up there during church well, my mom would drag us to church and I would go up there, but I just never did that change. I never understood it until last year. It was a really, really tough year for my husband and I. We had been talking about divorce for a long time, probably over a year. We had been talking about it. We always threaten each other with it, but this time it was going to be for real. And I know some of you on Facebook that are my friends, y'all heard about our story, and I had even come to y'all for advice on, divorce lawyers, and that I was ending it, and it was pretty much it. And we had both come to a conclusion that that would be the best thing for us, because just being together, we would fight all the time, and it was just not a good environment for our kids. So one day I was driving home from work, and I didn't want anything to do with God. I just wanted to party at that time. I had lost a lot of weight, and I wanted some freedom. I wanted, after so many years of not being able to go out because of my weight, I finally was able to, and but I was just so empty, so empty. I would go to the clubs, I would go to the bars, drinking, dancing, whatever, but man, I felt so alone. I felt empty. And I heard my brother tell me one time, he was like, when you have God, you feel so full. And when you don't have him, you're empty. And I didn't understand that. I was like, well, I'm always empty. And I thought I had God, I'm a believer, but was I a follower? There's a very big difference between believing in God and following him. There's a big difference there. But anyways, deep inside, I was just so empty. So I remember I was driving home one day from work, and I asked God. I was like, God, if there's any chance that my husband and I should stay together, give me a sign, or give me love in my heart towards him again, because I have nothing left. I have not 1 ounce of love for him anymore. So if there is anything, if you want to give me a sign, God, just make me love him again. And I knew that was going to be impossible. I'm like, there's no way, because there's nothing. And then I asked God, I was like, also, I'm scared that I don't have any love in my heart towards anyone. I didn't love anyone. And this was last summer. I looked around in my life. I'm like, well, I like my family. I like, I know that sounds horrible, but real love for somebody, I didn't have that. I didn't feel like I loved any other person. And that's scary because I'm a mother. So I liked my kids a lot, but that feeling of love, like you're in love with someone, I felt like I didn't have it anymore. Now I started getting scared then. And for other people, I would look at them, I would drive and I would look at them cut me off, and I was just so angry at everybody. And I was thinking, I don't love anyone. It's kind of scaring me. So I asked God if he can give me love for my husband and love for people. Just love, because I had none left. I had zero love for anyone. And that really, really scared me. So it wasn't even a week later, September 1st, I opened up the Bible. Of course, we had been fighting all that week, worse than ever, my husband and I. Satan was really, really attacking us worse than ever, after I had already prayed to God to give me a sign or just anything. So September 1st, 2015, I went outside in my backyard in the morning, and I just said, I'm going to open up my Bible. And I was growing up, I would grab the Bible and just, if I was going through a tough time, I would just open it and do a random scripture and put it away. But I've never actually read the Bible from beginning to end. So I just started reading it from the beginning, in the beginning, God created. And I was like, I couldn't put it down. I just kept going and I started crying and I just kept going and going and I couldn't put it down. And I was just reading it nonstop and I had an encounter, a real big encounter with God, I felt. And since then, I've just been, it's like if he lit a fire in my heart and I haven't, yeah, there's tough days. There are tough days, but pretty much after that following week, my husband and I started talking calmly. I mean, just, it was a huge change right away. And I'm like, could it be because yes. I mean, the change started within me. I put my focus on God. I started falling in love with God, Jesus Christ. I started falling so deep in love with him that loving my husband just came like so natural to fall in love with my husband again. Falling in love with my kids, falling in love with people. I see people now and driving and I just pray for them sometimes. I'm just like, I look at them and I'm like, they get furious, with the traffic, and I look at them and I just smile because I have so much love for people now. And I have customers at my work and I've prayed for them, at work. I just, the love that God has given me now is just, I can't even describe it. I have a long way to go, I'm definitely not where I want to be. I feel like I'm learning a lot right now and to equip me better, to help others, to, love more. But I just feel so full every day now. I was just so empty and I feel so full now. I'm so grateful to God because I never ever knew it would happen to me. I never thought, I never ever thought this would happen to me. For so long, I didn't want to believe in God, I didn't want to. I said, no, there is no God, I pushed him away so long until he reached down and grabbed hold of me, and man, it's a great feeling. I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn still. I have a long way to go, but I am so grateful that I am not where I was. I am so grateful that I'm not empty. I'm not at the bar. I'm not drowning my sorrows with alcohol and, flirting and just horrible things that I would do. I'm very, very grateful that I'm not there anymore. That I'm so happy in my marriage like never before. Joe and I have been together almost 14 years and I've never felt this. He's never felt it either. Me and him are just so happy. We talk. We have a fight here and there, but it's nothing compared to how it was. My kids are my everything, my family. I still have a long way to go. I need God to soften my heart still on a lot of things, and I'm working on that, but I'm just so grateful that he gave me love because that's what I had asked for. And in the end, oh man, in the end, God is love. If you know God, you will know love. Love will come easy to you. It will come easy. But first you have to know him and know that he loved us so much that he gave us his only son. And sometimes I do get, thoughts in my head like, could this possibly be true? And those thoughts, everybody's going to have them. But you know what, God, he does want us to question him, and he will show us. He will show up in our lives. We just have to trust him. And there's just a lot I want to say, but I don't have time right now. But anyways, thank you for listening. I just want to let y'all know that a lot of people say there is no God. But I know there is a God because I've met him. I know him. I know who he is. I talk to him every day. I know he's real. And if he did this for me and millions and millions and millions of people, billions of people throughout history, how can we all be wrong? How can so many people be wrong about meeting him and knowing him and talking to him and him answering us? And how is that possible? I wonder. I ask myself, once you know him, how can you, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm so grateful to God. And I hope y'all have a blessed day, and I love you. And thank you for listening to me. Bye.